Guys of Reddit, what's the biggest hint you missed from a girl? Via text: girl, are you going to that party? Me, yeah, for a little bit. Probably gonna be boring. Girl, yeah. Was thinking of just staying in. Me, probably a good plan. Girl, so yeah. I'll just be here tonight. Roommates are gone. Me, sounds nice. My roommates never leave. Girl, okay. So, I'll be here all alone in my apartment. If the party sucks. Me, very good. Edit, since a few people asked, that night she put up a Facebook status that said, wow, some people really are just that oblivious, and I got the hint. We hooked up for a while. I told her I wasn't into a relationship and I guess she didn't believe me, so I had to cool things off with her. I really did try my best to be considerate of her feelings, and was always communicative and honest, but she still felt pretty hurt. That was about 6 years ago, and she still talks shit about me. Very good. When she insisted on bringing a bottle of wine from her restaurant back to my place, when I said no, she then said, well then can I come over without the bottle of wine? Hanging out with a coworker at her apartment, each 19/20-ish, sitting on the couch side by side. She complained that her large breasts were a pain to deal with because of their size. Followed by, do you want to touch them? I sort of half juggled them, as though I was comparing the weight involved, and said HMM. Nice. Not the only signal I missed that night, but probably my defining moment of obvious failure. I thoughtful _dumbus. Deduce that the breasts are in optimal condition. Good day. Apostrophe. My girlfriend and I, before we were dating, went full depth in high school about what a relationship would be like between us. And we both described everything to be perfect. At the end we both ended up saying, no, this is just a joke and would never happen. We have been dating for almost 4 years now. My brother had a girl hit on him. She said something along the lines of she gets so horny that it is affecting her schoolwork. She needed to find a way to handle it. My brother said, you should masturbate more. He literally told this girl to go duck herself. We were seeing a movie together, and she said she was cold. I said yeah, it's pretty chilly, and did nothing. Later she said it again. Pretty obvious what she wanted. I proceeded to give her my jacket to put around her. I'm a practical man. Damn Jackie, I can't control the weather. You know I'm single, right? Yeah, me too. Apostrophe. A lifetime ago in high school, the extremely cute exchange student from Spain sort of cornered me and started asking questions about an upcoming school dance. What is it like? Is it fun? Are you going with anyone? Inez, if you're out there, I'm sorry, I'm a dope. A girl texted me at 2 AM to go to her place to play chess, something we've never done before. I was clueless and asked her to invite me on chess.com. She never replied. So what do you like in a girl? Sexually, I guess what's important to me is a friendship like closeness. He goes to cinema. Drove every week from PA to Chicago to see a girl I had a crush on. Still lived with her parents, so I never stayed the night. She always was flirty, but then me was oblivious. When I stayed later than usual one night, and I yawned, she said you should just stay the night and we can get a hotel room. I said nah, I'm good to drive. I'll make it. She said, no, don't be silly. We can hang out tonight. He was in the middle of Ohio when I realized what she meant. A girl I'd been chatting with for a while asked to come back to my hotel room to see my music collection on my laptop. So I took her back and showed her my music collection for 30 minutes. That's not a euphemism. I literally did that until she took pity on how clueless I was and basically jumped me. So, you still banged? I had a girl literally just explicitly say she liked me and wanted to date, and I assumed she was joking. She was not. She said, I do tarot cards. Just before I came here, I did a reading, and it said my night would end with a bang. Yup. I was 17, had just been kicked out of 2 different houses, and was crashing with this girl. She was like, you can sleep in my bed if you want, would change in front of me, and was wearing my shirt around all the time. I was so caught up in figuring out where I was gonna go live that I didn't even notice. She was easily the hottest chick I've ever hung out with, and according to my brother she was super into you dude. He still Krievra team. Watching TV in my living room at roughly 2 AM. In the dark, her applying strawberry lip gloss. Me, why are you putting on lip gloss? Her, strawberry lip gloss tastes so nice. Me, haha, you're weird. Her, want a taste? Me, now I already know what it tastes like. Commence several years of late night self-loathing and regret. They say guys always are just thinking about sex. But boy has this thread proven that wrong. Oh, none of this means the guys aren't thinking about sex. They just can't conceive that it could actually happen. Went on a date with a girl and she asked if I wanted to come back to hers and stay over. I thought it was perfect as I had work in the morning and she lived right around the corner. I literally got into her bed, said goodnight, turned over and went to sleep. About a year later something reminded me of that night and the penny dropped. What a ducking idiot. Edit, a word. So you used her as a sexless innkeeper. Invited me over to watch a movie as the parents were out that night. I chose to go to my rec soccer game. Girl invited me upstairs for coffee after a date. I replied with something very similar to, no thanks. I don't like coffee. It keeps me up. It wasn't until I was watching Seinfeld later that I realized I have the dating skills of George Costanza. Had a girl I was dating in high school. We were macking on my bed and I started kissing her neck. She says stop, that makes me horny, but in a playful way. Youngs to me was like whoa, no rate from Edit. So just an offhand comment gets me 5,700 more points than I had 48 hours ago. Thanks to you all. Whoa, no rate from Ith, that's fantastic. One of the bustiest, beautiful and smartest girls I've met in my life leans up against a nearby car and tells me you should ask me out. Socially inept 17y/orex. Sure. Never did. Only after she started acting angry at me did I realize she had a crush on me the whole time. Okay. Pretty sure you win. This is the most obvious one. In class a girl asked if we could study together for a minor quiz at her place. A friend overhears and asks if he can join us. I say yes immediately before she can say anything. She sends us her address and a time. I show up and she answers the door in a bikini. Nobody else at her place. She says she was sunbathing and asks me into her room while she changes. I look away to be polite and then make small talk once she's done. My friend shows up 30 minutes later. Turns out she told him that the study group started 30 minutes after what she told me. Sigh. A girl wrote a poem about me. Said Joe said he thinks this poem is about you. What do you think? And then had me read it. The poem described me exactly and said about wanting to be with the person the poem was referring to and all that. And I still assumed, since she was out of my league, that the poem wasn't about me. Me, I really wanna try to sleep with a tall girl. See how it's like. Attractive girl, well, I'm 6 feet 2 feet. I'm about 5 feet 8. Me, nah, I was thinking about 7 feet tall still haunts me. I've posted this before. Copy/pasta. Got a late night tech support call from an acquaintance. Went over, fixed the computer, thanked her for the call cause it was an interesting issue and left. Found out about a week later it was a booty call. The girl was so baffled by my reaction she never tried again. She called you for a tech problem. You fixed the problem. What else were you supposed to do? This was back in high school. Her wanting to be around me all the time during breaks. Constantly hugging me. Constantly wanting me to go with her places she needed to go. Or just walking around campus. Running up to me with a huge smile on her face every time. I liked her back then as well. But my insecurity was at an all-time high back then, so I kept telling myself that there was no way she liked me and just wanted to be friends. Years later I would find out that, yeah, she did like me back that, and that I was just an idiot for not seeing it. Girl I was texting said something along the lines of my roommates and I want to get ice cream. I offered to drive knowing none of them had cars. Show up to their dorm. Only she comes out. We get ice cream to go, and I dropped her back off. Best friend and I spent a couple of hours talking. During the conversation we talked about her dildo collection and how a particular one is her favorite. We talked about things that made us horny. One of hers was the smell of cooked garlic. She mentioned she was making a dish that used cooked garlic while we were talking. By the end of the conversation she had stripped, making sure to tell me she was naked, that she was going to take a shower, and that her front door would be unlocked. She couldn't have made it any plainer without straight out telling me to come duck her, and I totally didn't pick up on any of the clues until months later, but by then it was too late. You are choosing a DVD for tonight. Had a girl in my car saying sex in the front seat would be amazing. I told her I used to duck my girlfriend there all the time. Yeah. Went to watch a movie with a girl I'd been spending time with. We were in her bed, but her friend was watching with us too. So I obviously wasn't going to try and lay the pipe down with her friend watching. Turns out they'd planned a threesome, and I missed whatever it was that was supposed to make me see this plan unfolding. She still brings up how I ducked up to this day. I hate me. An invite to watch a movie. She was wearing very skimpy clothing. After the movie ended, I went home. Realized at that moment that I was an idiot. Dude, I did the same thing. Watched a movie with a girl in her basement alone. Left after the movie ended. I need practice making out. Huh. Okay. Then. Apostrophe. I think I love you, me too. Thanks, no joke. I'm ducking Def Edit. Duck you kind stranger. Was on a date. She says I think I would like it if you came over and I could show you my place. We do. She makes me dinner, turns on a movie and starts making out. I watched the whole damn movie and kept laughing at parts through making out. I didn't get laid that night. I did watch all of I Love You Man and gotta say, I enjoyed it. Hey, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe.